What's going on? Photoshop Bro here. Got another great tutorial for you. So this is what we're doing today. We've got a photo here, album cover. First time I saw this cover, I was like, man, I just love everything. The way the shot is composed, everything about it, I just love. But anyway, so what I wanted to do is to show how I could put myself in this photo, or for you for that matter. So first of all, whenever you're doing a photo like this, you're trying to do some kind of photo replacement or whatever the case may be. It's all about angle and lighting. That's the most important thing. So here's a shot that I took. If you notice, same angle that I took here, just on a table, wine glass there in my hand, but same type angle. That's very, very important. Otherwise, it wouldn't look good. So let's start off. First of all, what we're going to do is start with the photo here, and we're going to make a selection. So got my quick select tool here. W is a shortcut for that tool. So we'll just make a quick selection here. Now the only thing that's kind of tedious about this is the bottom part of this photo, because as you can see, because the shirt here is black, the table is black, they can get a little difficult. So let's just kind of narrow this down here. There we go. And come around here. Take out all of this. Now, whenever you want to deselect a selection, it's Alt on Windows, Option on Mac. And you'll notice when you hit that button, see how it goes from a plus to a negative. Okay, so you know that it's deselecting. So it's deselected, and we want only this area here. So, all right. So we kind of got it. So let's zoom in a little bit and just kind of fine tune this a little bit. Press Z for your zoom. Just click. Come in here a little close. Alright, so looking good so far. So let's see. First of all, shirt right here. Pressing W so I can go back to my quick select tool. There we go. We got that. And let's see, what else do we have? Right here. Let's just make sure we have every part of this photo. And just make sure that's good to go. Alright, so we've got that done. And I'll tell you what I'll do. Just get a little bit closer right here. Now, if you press your bracket tools, that's right next to P, that can control the size of your brush. Or you can go right up here to size and just go down a little bit, decrease the size of the brush, and let's just deselect just a little bit there so we can get this as close as possible. And this is probably good enough for what we're trying to do. Okay, so we've got our area selected. Everything is looking good here. Alright, so we're good to go. So now let's go to our Refine Edge tool. Of course, with Refine Edge, it helps us to be able to see the area here that we're masking out. May want to just play around a little bit with your Smart Radius. Smart Radius is able to just kind of look at the edge and make a good distinction on, just going to choose Show Edge here. It kind of helps in making a good distinction on what actually is the edge. Now this is good to do as well because you can see what other areas may be selected that you may not need or whatever, but pretty much got all that we need here. So just click back, got a radius there. And this is looking pretty good. Let's see, let's just go down on the smoothing just a little bit. And basically the smoothing is going to prevent your edges from being so jagged. So that's good. Also feathering helps with that as well. So just going to keep that low because I don't want it to be too smooth, but I don't want it to be extremely edgy at the same time. So I'm going to hit OK. And make sure output to, we're going to choose layer mask. That's what we're outputting to, layer mask. So hit OK. Alright, there we have it. Now what we're going to do is bring this into our photo here, a Drake photo, Take Care album, cover. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you go up to the top here under Arrange Documents, we can change this to where we can see both the documents at the same time. So let's switch over here. Here's our layer, and let's just bring this on top of our photo here. Now, first problem you'll notice, it's too big because of the fact the image I took with a 18 megapixel Canon, so the image is like super high resolution compared to this photo. This image here is only like 1500 by 1500, I believe. Okay, so here we have our photo. Let's just place it here. Now, first thing I'm doing is getting my alignment right. So try to put it in about the same position and kind of scale this. And again, to be able to scale this, the tool that I'm using is the free transform. Now if you hit I'm a huge guy on shortcuts, so if you're doing a shortcut, it'd be Command T on Mac or Control T on PC. That brings this box up. Now also you could go to Edit and Free Transform, and it would do the same thing. So I'm going to go to the corner here, holding Shift so that we can make sure it's locked in. I'm just going to scale this up just a bit and kind of move it in here. And I'm just trying to get everything kind of scaled to proportion. Now, this is fairly easy because of the fact I did shoot it on a black table. Only thing is I'm going to have to make myself appear a little bit bigger so that I can just put the photo right in here. Okay, now so we got the photo in. That's looking good. Okay, so what's next? Well, let's do this. First of all, if you notice, towards the edge, a little bit of a white line right there. So what I'm going to do first is make sure you have that layer selected. I'm going up here to Layer, Matting, and Defringe. That kind of helps take the edge off of that. So I'm going to choose 2 pixels, hit OK. Didn't really do as much as I wanted. So what I will do, it's another way I can fix this. Let's right click right here on the layer. Let's go to blending options, and I'm going to create an inner shadow. Now the inner shadow, make sure the blend mode is changed to normal. Alright, and I can adjust the size here, so let's just adjust it just a little bit. Let's see. And let's try something real quick. Let's do this instead. Just kind of playing around here, just seeing what works. Sometimes you have to do this, try a few things, see what works best. See, that works a lot better. So what I did right here under layer style, go to inner glow. That'll work a little bit more. Inner shadow is more directional because as you can see, you can adjust the angle here. Inner glow actually does it around the whole edge. So right now by default it's set to yellow, and you can see how it goes around the edge of the whole image. I'm going to change this to black and see how that nicely kind of fades out everything. And I don't, you want to make sure that the size is very low. There I'm dealing with 5 pixels. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change it to 3. That's good. And the opacity, of course, that has to do with how translucent that it is. So I'm just going to knock that down to about, just kind of looking at my edge here. So I'm going to knock that down to, let's see what works. That looks pretty good. So 78%. And I'm going to hit OK. Alright, so got the photo in there. Now, next thing is that I want to, if you look at the photo, one issue automatically, really 2, is that the candle is behind me. That doesn't look feasible. And then you can see a little bit of Drake's chain right here. So what we're going to do is, first of all, let's take care of the chain. because that's in our way. So what I'm going to do is go up here to the rectangular marquee tool. That's M, also on your shortcuts. This is basically the area that I want to cover. Now what's nice about in this photo is that basically I can take this, because I have the size I'm looking for, and I can come right over here to the table. Now, real important, I just check this. Make sure the background is selected, because we're working with the background, not the top layer. The photo here, I actually have that turned off. So make sure the background is selected. This is the area I want to duplicate. So I'm going to right click over here and hit layer via copy. What this is going to do is create another layer of just that area selected. So there it is. There's our other layer here. You can see it. So what I'm going to do is go to my move tool. That's V on the shortcut, and you can't see it, but there it is. All right, and I'm going to just simply move this right here. Okay, that's good. Now I want to make sure that's blended well, because you can see the edge there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the layer and the background. You can do that by holding shift and clicking on both, and I'm going to go to merge layers. That will blend the two together. Then I'm going to my healing tool, healing brush, and let's increase the brush size here to about there. Hold Alt, let's just get a good sample. Alt or Option if you're on Mac. And what I'm going to do is just go to this edge and just kind of blend this in just a little bit. Come back, blend a little more. There we go. And that's really all we need right here. So that's nice and blended. So let's look. Perfect. So you no longer see it. Okay, so that's good to go. Now, next, the candle. The candle is a big issue. So what can we do for this? Well, let's go back to our quick select tool. Just press W on the keyboard, and let's just select just this area here of the candle. Okay, so select the candle here. We'll just select this. Now we're going to have to go back and refine this just a little bit more. And we don't even have to do the flame in this case. We just need just the body pretty much. And let's just take out all of this right here. Alright, so now we've got this done. Got this right here. And there we go. So pretty much got our candle there. Now, let's do this. Let's come in. We're just going to better select this area. Scale down our brush a little bit. And let's just get this. We want to get this really tight, especially with the body of the candle. This is very, very important, and you'll see in just a minute why. Alright, there we go. And get a little bit tighter here. And this selected here. Okay, so we pretty much got our area. I'm not going to even, well, let's see, we can just do it. Why not? This is good enough, really, for what we're doing. Okay, so pretty much got our area here selected. Pressing Z, holding Alt to zoom out. Now, what I'm going to do, go back to the quick selection tool, make sure that's selected. Right click again, layer via copy is what we want. This does is make an exact duplicate of the candle. So if I turn this off, there I have my candle. Kind of a rough cut, but this should work. Let's see. If not, we'll better refine it. Now, what I want to do is turn the layer back on. Here we have the photo. And what we're going to do is we're going to place this layer on top of the other. And there we go. Now already One problem we see right here, this kind of came over from the other part of the photo. Ah, let's just tell you what, get my rectangular marquee tool and let's just cut that out. There we go. And I just press delete to do that. So now we've got our candle there. Now this is looking pretty good. Let me just zoom out here. Now, coloring. As you can see, the photo here isn't quite the same color. So first of all, let me adjust this photo here. Now if you look, you've really got to study and pay attention to what's going on with the original photo. So if you notice, the shirt is really, really black. It's a really dark black. So what I'm going to do is adjust the levels here and pull out my blacks a little bit more, make them really crush the blacks. So Command L or Control L on PC. This is my blacks here. So let's just pull that in a little and you'll see how that just deepens. Let's see. If I select the right layer first, there we go. Now Command L. Have to make sure you're on the right layers. Okay, now watch what happens. We're going to deepen the blacks here and just watch, see how that just brings the blacks way down. So let's get to about right here. Nice true black there. And let's just pull up on the whites to kind of pull a little highlight there. Just a little bit. Okay, and maybe just, let's see, just slightly darken the image. There we go, right there. Okay, so here we go. This looks fairly close. Now, I noticed that in his photo, a little less saturation, it seems like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, trying to remember here. Let's go to Image Adjustment, and we're going to go to Hue and Saturation. Now my saturation basically will take the color out, really. I could go all the way black and white if need be. And this could be a nice cool effect in some settings. But what I'm going to do is just pull the color out just a little bit. Maybe down to here. Okay, so originally it was 0, which is here, and I'm just going to bring it on down to about there. Should work okay. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to flatten this image. Okay, so we got the saturation there adjusted. So first of all, let's take this lock out. So by doing that, let's just drag to our trash can and make sure you drag on the lock, not the image, but the lock. There we go. All right, now what we're going to do is go to flatten image. That brings everything under one. Let's see, let's get rid of that lock again. That way we can still edit it. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's go up here to Image Adjustment and Photo Filter. Now photo filter is good. What it does is basically gives the image one full complete color. So we've got our warming filter, we've got a cooling filter, and you can just see how this kind of changes it based on which one that you choose. So if I went red, you see how that adjusted, and then the density that plays a role as well. So I'm going to keep this at about 24. That's a good spot for this because basically we're just trying to get a nice even tone kind of color. So I think I'm going to go for something kind of warm. And let's see here. Let's take a look at the two. Cool is it's okay, but I don't like what that's doing to the blacks here. So I'll tell you what, let's go with, we'll stick with the first warming. I think I like it a little more. Either one of those is pretty good. That one is a little too green, so let's go with this one. It looks pretty good. And we'll just hit OK. Right, and that is it. That's the photo. Everything is done. So now you're seeing how we basically taken photo there with just Drake having good camera angle, good lighting. Basically just pulled it using the quick selection tool, brought it in, got the color and everything going, paying attention to the small details like the chain and the candle, so we can really sell the effect. And bam, there it is. Alright, so hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, the quick tutorial. Well, kind of quick tutorial. And if you like the video, please hit like at the bottom of your screen. And please, 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 please subscribe to the channel, The Photoshop Bro. Thank you so much.